10 Most Expensive Watches in the World, 2020. All watches tell time, but what makes some watches more expensive than others? While some wristwatches have a historical significance, others are exquisitely enrobed in luxurious diamonds. A classy timepiece worn on your wrist can instantly add a touch of elegance to your overall outlook. Today on Exquisite, we're going to show you a jaw-dropping collection of sophisticated watches, such as the Breguet 1160 and the PATEK PHILIPPE Super Complication, that will not only tell you time, but also give you a status symbol. 10 Most Expensive Watches in the World, 2020. If you're a watch enthusiast, make sure you watch this video until the end. Hit the red button below to subscribe and the bell button to get notified of our new videos. Number 10. Louis Monet Materis, $4.6 million. The 10th most expensive watch on our list is the Louis Monet Materis, which is one of the rarest watches ever sold as a bundle. Not only are there only 4 watches in total, but each watch also contains a real piece of moon rock. Each depicts the solar system in different ways. All 4 of them also contain a fragment of a meteorite. The 4 models in the collection are the Tourbillon Moon, Tourbillon Rosetta Stone, Tourbillon Asteroid, and the Tourbillon Mars. Aside from the unique materials used to make them, another factor that makes up the expensive price tag is their rarity. Number 9. Hublot Big Bang Diamond, $5 million. If you're a bling-goer and have a spare $5 million, you may want to consider buying a diamond Hublot Big Bang watch. This is easily the most expensive Hublot, which retails at a whopping $5 million, and also was the timepiece that was gifted to popular rapper and music artist Jay-Z on his birthday by his wife in 2012. Featuring 1,280 diamonds with at least 3 carats each, this glitzy timepiece is a lesson in luxury, with every stone on the watch cut into irresistible shape by a New York jeweler with over 40 years of experience to ensure they each bear the same cut signature. Number 8. VACHERON Constantin, 57260, $8 million. Next on the list of the most expensive watches in the world is the VACHERON Constantin 57260, a pocket watch with 57 complications, including multiple calendars, alarm functions, time measurement functions, and a double retrograde split. Out of the 57 complications, 10 of these are brand new and were introduced by VACHERON Constantin. Another interesting feature of this luxury watch is that it's made by only 3 watchmakers who dedicated 8 years of their lives to create this masterpiece. Despite the many complications, the dial of the watch remains visually pleasing. Indeed, this watch is a mark of VACHERON Constantin's excellence in watchmaking and artistry. Number 7. PATEK PHILIPPE Reference 1518 in stainless steel, $11 million. PATEK PHILIPPE Reference 1518 in stainless steel is part of a 4-piece limited edition made by PATEK PHILIPPE. The watch was once owned by King Farouk and fetched $11.1 million when it came up for auction in 2016. As opposed to the usual yellow gold, the PATEK PHILIPPE chronograph watch is made of steel and features 20 complications, including a perpetual calendar. The fact that the PATEK PHILIPPE is the only perpetual calendar chronograph watch made in such a material made it more appealing. Some people would even claim that this model is the most complicated stainless steel watch, as high complication watches are usually made with precious metals. Now, there are only 4 known units of this model, and as discussed above, rarity plays a big part in a watch's value and was a factor when the watch was sold for the jaw-breaking $11 million at auction. Number 6. Paul Newman's Rolex Daytona, $17.6 million. When it comes to a wristwatch selection, provenance matters as much as the brand name. That's why Paul Newman's Rolex Daytona sold for a whopping $17.8 million in 1968 in front of 400 enthusiasts who gathered at Philippe's New York headquarters. The history behind it is unclear. Some say that it was given to Paul Newman by Joanne Woodward when he started racing, while some say that it was given to him while filming Winning in 1968 or 1969. Though we may not be sure which version is true, we're sure about one thing. The Paul Newman Daytona once broke the record for the most expensive wristwatch sold at an auction. Number 5. PATEK PHILIPPE Super Complication, $24 million. Coming in as the 5th most expensive watch on the list is the PATEK PHILIPPE Super Complication. And there's a reason why it bears the word super in its name. The PATEK Philippe Super Complication is one of the most complicated watches in the world. Commissioned and named after Henry Graves Jr., this pocket watch took a total of 8 years to finish. Overall, it has 24 different complications, including Westminster chimes, a perpetual calendar, sunrise and sunset times, and a personalized celestial map of New York as seen from the apartment of Henry Graves on Fifth Avenue. The luxury watch fetched $24 million when it came up for auction in Switzerland in 2014. Number 4. Jaeger LeCoeur Joliet 101 Manchette, $26 million. When it comes to the watch's timekeeping abilities, it's fitted with the Jaeger LeCoeur Calibri 101. Made of a silver bracelet with a small hand-wound clock on it, the Jaeger LeCoeur Joliet Manchette is one of the costliest timepieces ever made. It's made up of a substantial band that's polished and encrusted with diamond set links. The face of the watch is covered with sapphire glass, including 11 onyx gemstones and a whopping 576 pieces of diamond. Although no exact information on the complications and design of this masterpiece is available, horologists insist that a similar one was given to Queen Elizabeth II to honor 60 years of her tenure. Number 3. The Breguet 160, $30 million. Aside from being one of the most expensive watches ever worn, the Breguet No. 160 Grand Complication is also one of the most iconic in history. Though finished in 1827, the watch kept its technology way ahead of its time. This is the reason why people call this masterpiece a poem in clockwork, and it's considered as one of the most important timepieces ever made. This self-winding pocket watch contained every single complication known during that time, and those functions included clock, perpetual calendar, minute repeater, chronograph, power reserve, and independent seconds hand. Number 2. The GRAFF Diamond's Fascination, $40 million. Just as you might have guessed, the second watch on our list of expensive watches in the world is the GRAFF Diamond's Fascination. GRAFF shows off their creativity with this 2-in-1 accessory, which is the second most expensive watch, called the Fascination. And in all fairness, it fascinates us as well. In its original form, it's an exquisite timepiece studded with stones. These stones are made with 152.96 carats of fine white diamonds. But the dial in the center takes the spotlight. The dial is made with a rare 38.13 carat D flawless pear-shaped diamond in the center that doubles as either watch dial or a detachable ring. If you accidentally remove the centerpiece, no worries, you didn't break it, it was intentional. You'll be enchanted once you realize that the removable part can be worn as a ring. The feat was so impressive that Forbes magazine described it as a masterful work of metallurgy and gem setting. It's no wonder why it's one of the most expensive watches in 2020. Number 1. The GRAFF Diamond's Hallucination, $55 million. And here comes the most expensive watch in the world in 2020. Hey, you're not hallucinating. Despite its name, the GRAFF Diamond's Hallucination costs $55 million, and it takes the number 1 spot on the list of expensive watches in the world. GRAFF unveiled this multicolored timepiece during Baselworld in 2014. At first glance, it looks more like jewelry than a watch. The whole unit is adorned with rare diamonds accounting for a total of 110 carats. But that's not all. If you look closely, you'll see that the diamonds are cut into different shapes, like a heart, marquee, diamond, etc. These were placed one by one by hand by a professional gem setter. And in the middle of it all is the watch's dial, that's surrounded by pink diamonds powered by an accurate quartz movement. Coming in as a distinctive and inimitable watch, the Hallucination is a one-of-a-kind work of art. So whether you're looking for a watch that offers multiple functionalities or simply looking for something stylish and elegant that can make a style statement, these watches do the trick. Thanks for watching another exquisite video. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment with some watches that we missed, and make sure to join us next time with some more luxury content similar to this.